And it's a decent number of units. I mean, he might want to mine out this patch. It is just a 16 mineral value patch here, and that'll let his units get out a lot more easily. But not a huge deal. So he has gotten a second forge. He's getting +1 armor from there. And I don't know what this probe is doing. It kind of came from the bottom right, but didn't build anything. It's like we have an observatory. I'm not the biggest fan of this building layout. It's a little bit messy, but it's not a huge deal. However, I would prefer like these gateways on the right side to be further inwards. I mean, just because it's so easy to drop on this map. I kind of talk about that every time we see match point being played, but it's just really easy to drop into the main here, and pretty annoying for the Protoss to move back. I mean, we already saw a game earlier on Blue Storm where Zerg kind of abused the drops like that. So yeah, definitely something you have to be aware of as Protoss, and something that can be mitigated with thoughtful building placement. Anyway, one Ling is patrolling here in a completely useless pattern. Not going to see this kind of sneaky probe. Probably just going to build a few cannons there, and then expand. So we have, looks like a decent number of lurkers are out now. DragOn at 110 supply against 116, very, very close. And it looks like LocDog's going to move in here. But the lurkers do burrow, he's going to back up. The mineral only has finished for DragOn right now. And there is the first cannon going down for LocDog. As I said, probably just going to hide a bunch of cannons here on the side, and then Ling will die to those, and then he can make the Nexus, and he'll be kind of safe already. Meanwhile, one probe going to check out the 12 o'clock, not going to see anything there, except a couple of random Lings. 2-1 upgrades are already finished for Protoss against the 1-1 Lings of the Zerg. Does he have any ranged attack? No, he does not. Looks like the last of the mutas died. I think there were only 2 or 3 damaged ones, so I don't think it matters that much. But some nice storms going down on these lurkers as they move down. Is there an observer here? I don't see an observer. No, there is an observer at the front. And oh man, nice storms on all the units as they come down here. But the lurkers, or the Lings, are doing a nice job against the Dragoons, and it seems that LocDog is going to retreat a little bit. No, that's a Zell. I thought that might be a probe. But no, he's just going to take down these units. I like these Scourge. Getting ready to snipe any drops. Looks like the Hive is actually finished. Sunken Collie going down in the main, and it looks like LocDog is actually going to attack the bottom right here from the south side. There's actually only 1 damage sunken here. Some Lings are moving in. He storms his own observer, but it looks like no, the observer actually didn't take any damage somehow. And nice storm on the Lings. Can he get another one? He's got 1 storm on this High Templar. Will he go for the drones? What's he gonna go for? He's got 2 storms left. He is gonna go for the drones. Nice storm. Is he gonna do another one? Yes, not as nice a storm, but he's gonna get most of the drones. And it looks like he has 1 storm remaining. He's gonna get a lot of Zerglings with it. But the rest of his army is going to get cleaned up right now. So, I mean, DragOn taking an econ hit, taking an army hit, but wiping out the Protoss army right now. Or, yeah, anyway. We do have the top left base being taken. Bunch of things running out for DragOn, but LocDog looks like he's in a decent position right now. And looks like drop is being researched, but I don't see any hive tech just yet. Perhaps he just can't afford it. And wow, look at this. Evolution Chamber kind of barely surviving there with a pretty important upgrade in it, the +2 melee attack. Since DragOn's gone for a nice, or pretty fast lair there, or sorry, pretty fast hive there, he is going to want that +2 melee attack for his cracklings. It's going to let them do so much more damage. In the meantime, 8 gateways, but he's going up to 4 bases, so definitely should be adding some more soon. And some Lings are going to move in here, but I think there's enough cannons, and there's a High Templar, yeah, so those things are going to get cleaned up easily. And DragOn, or sorry, Sakwe, man, I keep getting these guys confused. The names both start with D, so what are you going to do? Bunch of lurkers moving in. Is there an observer? There are 2 observers in the back. He needs some storms though. Not so great storm. And I mean, that's a pretty nice lurker field. So yeah, the Sakwe is gonna back up. LocDog is, of course. The Sakwe, LocDog, same deal, same person. In the meantime, another hatchery going down at the mineral only. Consume is being researched, so he is indeed just going for defilers, making a lot of lings here. Lurker, Ling, Defiler. It's almost like he's playing ZVT with this army composition. And he has tried to take this, or rather, he has planted the 6 o'clock, but that is going to be forced to cancel pretty soon, unless he can snipe both of these observers. It looks like he does get one observer. And, looks like DragOn wants to keep the 6 o'clock safe. Does he have enough stuff? I'm not sure. A lot of Dragoons remaining. How many Storms are left, though? The Storms are the crucial component here of Dragoon Templar composition. It looks like he's got no Storms left, so DragOn is going to be able to secure this 6 o'clock base. I feel like I'm saying it looks like a lot, because I'm tired. I'm just like running out of interesting phrases to use. And oh man, I'm like totally out of it right now. Lings, Jogalings. Getting an Ultra Cavern here. This is quite a vulnerable position to get an Ultra Cavern. I mean, Protoss just attacks down the ramp and you lose both of your Hive Tech buildings. I don't really understand placing these here. Anyways, drones being transferred to the 6 o'clock. The top left is operational as well. I like leaving a High Templar. I like the fact that he's left a High Templar there. That's very nice. Anyways, looks like we have a couple of Overlords being dropped, but they were only 2 Overlords of 8 lings each, so not any kind of heavy commitment there. And there were already some cannons. I like these cannons in the back of the main by LocDog. He knows how easy it is to drop to his main, so he's just going to preemptively defend that. Or I guess prevent that. Prevention is the best cure. Hey, it makes sense. Anyways. Looks like we have Plague and Carapace on the way. A lot of Hydras. I mean, it's kind of like a, standard mid-game. Not too much action going right now. Both players just macroing up, building up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gateways in total. By the way, this staggered positioning, where the gateways aren't actually all lined up, you see this? It's actually not that bad, because if you line up your gateways, like if you made a grid of like 2 gateways here, as a lot of players will do, the inside gateway cannot make Dragoons. So this kind of staggered positioning, while it doesn't look quite as pretty as just a perfect grid, I think it's okay. I'm fine with that. As much as I do like pretty building layouts. And I hear some dropping going on. It looks like a 3DT drop in the main, and there's no detection here. You could get a lot of drones. I think you might get all of these drones here in the main, and I'm not sure how many there are. They seem to be stacked. Okay, it looks like there's not too many drones, but well, what few drones there are all going to die right now, and he can even snipe some of the tech. Is he going to go for the Hive or the Pool or the Spire? Looks like he's going for the Pool. Probably the Spire after that. So a pretty nice drop there from LocDog. However, there is a counter drop here by DragOn into this 12 o'clock expansion. He's going to snipe at least the High Templar for just a couple of lings there. And looks like, oh, Overlord comes in, but it doesn't matter. DTs are still pretty good, and the Spire is going to get sniped here. What is DragOn doing? He's not paying attention or something. It looks like he's actually loading up for a big drop, but that means he's going to lose his Spire for no reason. He had units here available to defend, but no, he's going to lose it anyway. Rebuilding a spawning pool at the bottom right. And it looks like the 12 o'clock is about to finish for LocDog, so it's going to be kind of split map-ish situation. Which, as I always say, is good for the more efficient race, in this case Protoss. If there was a Terran in the game, it would of course be the Terran, because Terran's ridiculously cost efficient. But it looks like we have a big drop in the main here. Storm going down on the Overlords as they drop units, and there's a lot of cannons already down, and oh man, that was not effective at all. Looks like some Lingzos still are alive, but it doesn't even matter. LocDog completely prepared for this kind of drop, and defends it, just losing a few cannons and a couple of probes, but nothing nearly as severe as it could have been. However, DragOn is almost max right now. He's at 179, and I mean, LocDog's at 174, so he's pretty close to max as well. If DragOn starts building up these number of, ultras and a couple of defilers, and oh my god, the Ling blood, the Chogaling's getting taken down. And wait a minute, LocDog still has no energy upgrade for his Templar. Wow, I think that's actually a mistake. With the energy upgrade for the Templar, you can do 3 storms with max energy rather than just 2. And they also start with a little bit more energy, so it helps to get the storms out faster after just building new Templar, which is occasionally useful. Anyway, the Protoss army is moving in here to defend this, and I think it looks like the cannons are just going to defend it just fine, but he will be able to block these extra Zerglings. It looks like we have another drop in the main. It looks like going along the north side, kind of avoiding the previous cannon location, although the cannons weren't even rebuilt. And this is going to do a lot more damage this time, I think. Possibly even going to get this forge that is upgrading shields. I believe that's +3 shields. Yeah, it looks like it's +3 shields for the Protoss. Actually, very good upgrades. 323 for the Protoss against. Wow, actually they're both maxed. So it's like we have maxed upgrades all around, basically. So it's going to be down to just what units you have and how you control them. Losing a few zealots like that, as long with probes and an Archon, is not the way you use your army. But is it enough to clean up? Is he going to storm? Why is there no storm? He needs a storm! Or a second Archon, and he does have a second Archon. Yeah, alright. Nice move by LocDog. And oh my god, look at this! Another drop into the main right now. So DragOn just doing an amazing job with these constant drops onto the main, and now the Dark Swarms are down, so these cannons are not going to do anything anymore. And suddenly, LocDog, I think, is in quite a bit of trouble right now. He's down to 137 supply against 172. He's mined out the mineral only. He's mined out his natural. He's got just the top left base and the 12 o'clock base mining. The main has some minerals, but obviously can't really do anything with them. And there's not that many patches left anyway. But wow, losing his entire main base. Actually, where's the army? LocDog is not even pulling back to defend. He's actually lost his entire main base. He's actually going to lose his entire main base. I don't understand. Like, why is he not counterattacking or defending or doing something? I mean, if you think it's too far away to defend, just go counterattack. But now DragOn's moving in with a ton of Lurkerling Defiler and or Lurkerling Hydra.